part of the world, and this stuff's 100 years old. How come none of us know anything about any of it? We never even seen this stuff. Now, there's no people on earth 600,000 years old but us. There ain't no white people. You ain't went to Europe yet and lost your melanin. You haven't went to India yet. Any of these places. So it's you. Now, they said, they know it all started with you. The first god is a little god called Bes. Bes Horus is the oldest god in the world. That's a little pygmy god. But don't take my word for it. Let me show you the pictures.
No, thank you. I got to go. But how did you find out all of this?
I was messing with Dr. Clark. Keep in mind, my wife worked and lived with the man. So we had a conversation one day, and he told me, if you want to understand religion, you must read a book called Ancient Egypt Light of the World by Gerald Massey.
A book.
Massey is Church Wars teacher. So after I read Ancient Egypt Light of the World, then I started messing around with Church War, and bam! What does it say? The first god, anthropomorphically depicted in the primitive human form of Horus I, or Bes Horus, being the earliest type of the pygmy Ptah, has a cross, has lotus plants, has Moses' tablets or the celestial feathers. That's all the religions in the world. Right there. On this little African pygmy gods. Okay? Now, if this was the first people looked like, they would surely make a god. Say, the Egyptian, the oldest god of all, was Bes.
Now, this is interesting to me because this gentleman who is true said, wait a minute. A couple of minutes ago.
Right. That's my fault, guys. I wanted you guys to be so bad.
That is not at all your fault. We've known each other for a while. But in terms of the presentation and absorbing, it just might take more than a minute. Would you think?
Right. Yes, sir.
And that's the book he told me to read first.
All right.
That's volume 1.
But we all still got the same. We all still trying to accomplish the same thing. So
because if we get this,
we
can deniggerize ourselves, and then we don't have to worry about asking white people anything. You feel me?
Hey,
if you know God looks like you, why would you be go asking your kids how this works?
That's right.
Huh? If you thought God looked like you wouldn't be letting people call you a nigger. Dog. Dogs ain't human. What you say from your mouth is what you manifest into your reality. That's universal law. That's universal law. That's not negotiable. So if we begin to know these things, we can change the paradigm. But as long as we continue to do our oppressor's bidding, we all know, I mean, we've been together so long, it's ridiculous. But the one thing I tell you, white supremacy won't work if you don't participate. Get off the bus.
Thank you.
Ain't that what we
Get off the bus.
Is that what me and you been discussing?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
We buy their products every day. We go vote for their nonsense. Okay?
We think like that.
You see what I'm saying? When we get a Judas in our midst, we need to take care of that and stop letting the Michael Jacksons of the world trip us out. You see what I'm saying? When they take and make, these are models playing roles. We need to stop letting them select who our role models are.
Oh, you know all that.
But see, here's the danger of Christendom, because what you practice on Sunday is Christendom. It's not Christianity. That's Constantine's version. If you want Christianity, you got to go back to Ethiopia where we had it. They said Jesus was born in a cave in Ethiopia. That's a far cry from a so-called manger in Jerusalem with snow, and it's 120 degrees in the desert. I don't even know how you got that story to even make sense to you.
Got to go.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, man.